What's going on, Blerd, nerds, and everybody in between? It's your boy Wyatt, the sensei of the Syndicate, and we are here with another episode of With the BS. And today, we are talking about wrestling. We all here grew up on wrestling, WWE, WWF, excuse me. We went on the WWE stuff. WCW, ECW. So what we're doing today, for those who don't know, one of the bigger pay-per-view or premium live events that they have is called Royal Rumble. Now, the really cool thing about this one is it usually has surprise entrants, people that are coming back just for like the WrestleMania season. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is a season just for WrestleMania. So they have those. So today we're going to discuss, amongst all these things, who we think is going to come back, who we think is going to win, what we're most excited about when it comes through and comes to this WrestleMania season. So I'm going to do some introductions because this is my D-Generation X, my BWO, my Blerd World Order. So first, I'm going to start off with the big man. He's my Kevin Nash. If anything pops off, I know he's going to jackknap powerbomb somebody. Juan, how you doing today, bro?
Most definitely. One of my favorite moves, by the way. That is, you could bridge that to the Texas Clover League real simple.
See, he's all about the combos. About the combos.
Yeah, man. Grew up on, man, I came out the womb watching wrestling. So I'm actually would like to get in a conversation with Sir, who's his greatest rivalry of all time. So if we're going to do that tonight, I'm with it. So let's go.
He ain't saying nothing, my boy. He ain't saying nothing.
Well, now that you already brought him into it, Sir, he is like my right-hand man. He is of the Syndicate, founder of the 2020 Podcast, LLC. Remember, please, if you don't do nothing else, say the LLC. Right. Sir, how you doing today?
I'm good, brother. This has been a long time coming. I've been waiting on this, man. I'm excited to see y'all boys. It's a work day. And this is a great way to unwind, sit with the boys, chill, talk about wrestling. Let's do it.
All right. And now we got another member of the BWO. He rocked the shirt, and I appreciated it so much. It was about two months ago when he first got it. Marcus, he is 1/3 of the Things People Don't Say podcast. How you doing today, brother?
Hey man, I am doing great. Excited to get into this wrestling. Like I said, I'm with Sir. Been a long time coming. Been watching Been watching wrestling since back in the day. I remember watching wrestling. My grandma in the kitchen cooking for Sunday dinner on Saturday. Got WCW on. I remember Sting had the colorful face paint and the short hair. The blonde hair. Back in them days, man. I'm excited.
That's what's up. And now finally, and last definitely but not least, he is, to me, because he's always dapper, he's my Ric Flair of the group. He's the one that always is the silver-tongued devil that will take your lady. Buck, how you doing? Eternity, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, y'all already know it's the heavily orchestrated, never duplicated lyrical symphony known as the Eternal One Eternity. I am very, very happy to be here because, I am not as skilled as some other things, but if there's one thing that I know, it's wrestling. So I can definitely talk this, and I'm ready to get into it with your boys, man.
All right. So we'll just start off with the Rumble. So there's always people who show up and start a program or storyline. Who do you guys think showing up this year?
We talking about the women or the men?
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll start with the men. And then we'll talk about the women.
I'm gonna jump in there. I'm gonna jump in real quick because I feel away because I haven't seen any clips of my dog, and I understand he injured, and I just want to see him come and just kick the shit out of everybody. That's Shinsuke Nakamura. If Shinsuke don't return at this Rumble, there was no 2022 Rumble. That's how I feel. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Strong style for life.
Hey, hear that drop come in, and you already know. Hey.
That's all I need to know.
Right.
Is he still the IC champ?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Shinsuke's the Intercontinental Champion right now. He ain't defended it but once since he had it, but yeah, he's still the champion.
Yeah. Hey. I guess Apollo was good time, but that was about it.
if I may interject real quick, I think it was 2017 when my dog won the Rumble, shocked the world. You know what I'm saying? I was excited. And then we got the rematch between him and AJ Styles. They even coined it the rematch from Wrestle Kingdom. And I'm like, oh shit, they know. And it was an okay match. But that finish, guys, that wasn't it, man. That wasn't it. There are better ways to turn somebody heel than the low blow, man. And I just felt like this is their chance to fix that. But I'm gonna leave it alone.
Bro, I was there for that match. It was one of probably only 3 matches I was looking forward to, and quite possibly the most disappointing ending for anything. So I mean, if it was bad on TV, but it was worse live. I can't even lie. Everybody was like, "What the hell?" It was just it was so.
I remember watching that. I was upset. Like, I was literally upset. Like, dude, really? Like I'm with you. Like, there's different ways that he could have went heel, but for him to do a low blow, like that's just poor writing. Like trash writing. He is Shinsuke is such one amazing wrestler, amazing character. Like, the man is awesome. Like, his theme music is loved. Like, just
both of them.
Both of them.
Exactly. I can go hard on both of them. I low key, that's my song to get up in the morning. I'll be like, okay, let's go. Because if we can't do nothing else, we can just rock with that.
Exactly. So for them to just, like, I'm okay with heel turns, but like I said, find a better way than just having him, low blow. Especially, like I said, he's such an iconic wrestler right now anyway. From where he came from, New Japan, to like that, going through NXT, coming up the ranks or whatever the case may be. They could have found a different way to turn him heel.
This happened in 2017. It's 2022. And this is how long WWE been doing BS like this. No pun intended. You take a character and you trash him. And he really hasn't had a main event match since. And I think that damaged the character. Now, I'm going to go back to Wyatt's original question. And I like Damian Priest. And I'm going to take it back. I love Damian Priest because he represents the PR. That's Puerto Rico. And that's part of me too. And if they screw this character up, I'm completely finished. I'm done with WWE. I hope they do sell the company. Because I got 3 picks I'm going to go with. I'll tell y'all later on. But this mess been happening for a while, man. And what they did to Keith Lee, it really turned me off. And I started paying attention to Ring of Honor, New Japan when I can catch it, and AEW. And hell, I even watched TNA before I watched WWE, and that's sad. That's saying a lot. But for them to ruin a character like Sensei Nakamura, he should at least have the belt at least 3 times. At least. And I get it. SmackDown is the premier show now. It took the place of Raw. I would have been satisfied if he was the Raw champ at least 3 times. Because this crap, what only job in America you can come back part-time and get paid a full salary? Wrestling. But then you give Brock Lesnar a belt and he show up once every 3 months and that's your champion. That's who you gonna book. That's who you gonna take to lead this company. Yeah, I'll be pissed too. And I hope Bobby Lashley, even though he's probably wrong, I hope he wipes the floor with Brock Lesnar's ass. Because if I see Brock Lesnar, I'ma slap his bitch ass. I don't like it.
Hey, I wouldn't advise that. I would not advise that.
I want the smoke. I want the smoke.
Listen, I understand.
Hey, check it. I'm 285. I still bench press close to 400 pounds. I want it.
Okay.
And I'm 40 years old.
I respect that, and I respect you. But I'm still saying he did do UFC. So I'm just saying,
I did the streets.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
My bad. I got passionate about it. I can't stand Brock Lesnar. I broke my son Brock Lesnar toe on purpose. That's how bad I don't like it.
Damn.
does he know that you broke it on purpose?
Yeah, he
He
do.
knows
I
now.
do. He know now. I do not like Brock Lesnar at all.
But
And I don't like what he's doing to Paul Heyman because I am the original Paul Heyman guy. I've been following Paul Heyman since he managed the Undertaker in WCW. That's how long I've been fooling with Paul Heyman. That's a while, bro.
So, question: Is it really Brock's fault, or is it just really good?
Oh, it's Vince. It's Vince.
So why? Like, if you could get paid for
like
doing if you could get paid for doing half the work, wouldn't you take that too?
It's the respect for the business, bro.
I understand.
It's the respect for the business, man. With Hogan, I was a Hogan fan. I was a Hulkamaniac for a while. So he said the N word. Yeah, like I had to rethink my thing. But when Hogan used to do that mess, man, I quit following him. I was like, hey, I can't fool with Hogan. I quickly switched to Macho Man, and still a Macho Man boy to this day.
I got
So hey, that's I'm passionate about the business, man, and I just think you don't respect the business. It spits in the face of people like Ric Flair. It spit in the face in people like Arn Anderson who wanted to wrestle but couldn't because his arm is messed up now because of the sacrifice he made in wrestling. It spit in the face of guys like that. You have a part-time schedule. I felt Seth Rollins when he did that angle, and I felt like it came from the heart when he did that angle back about 2 or 3 years ago with Brock. That's just where I'm at with it, man. I don't like part-time wrestlers, and probably John Cena probably will show up Saturday. But here we go. You know, part-time wrestling.
Just to go chime in real quick.
I'm sorry, guys.
You good? I was just gonna chime in what you kind of piggyback on what you're saying, Juan, and I completely understand. I'm not big on part-time wrestlers either. Now, I understand if they come back and jump in the storyline, maybe feuding with somebody, but to come back and automatically get a title shot just because of who you are, I don't like that. Like I understand you know, like one of those somebody big come back like Wednesday, like let's say The Rock show up to go against Roman. Like, okay, I'm probably gonna be a little excited for that. But how often do The Rock come back? You know what I'm saying? So, but it's like, but when the ones like you said, like Brock, I've been off Brock since he came back to the WWE for the simple fact he is that like part time. He barely showed up to the to Raw, you know, Smack. He barely showed up to the shows. He was there every so often. The only time he really showed up unless he was doing a title defense. Bruh, I need you to be there. I understand, like I said, it ain't his fault, but the fact that Vince just let him do it, but I'm gonna digress because like I said, at the topic right now. But I just wanted to chime in, I'll jump on piggyback on what you were saying.
All right, so to go back to your original question, right?
I'm sorry, man.
Yo, you good, because I'm gonna touch on that too. I got 5.
Okay.
From NXT, LA Knight, Cameron Grimes, Ciampa, probably Pete Dunne.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guy.
And then, I'm sorry, I got 6. And then I'm gonna pick Walter. Now Gunther. I feel like Gunther's gonna show up in the Rumble. And then I got Triple H. I got Triple H. He ain't doing that.
I got a question, but I got a question.
Yeah.
The whole point of the Rumble is whoever show up, you kind of think they have a shot at winning. It's been known. Now I like Tommaso Ciampa, but why would he show up if you know he don't want to be a main event? Or just for him just to hey, I did the Royal Rumble.
You know, the thing about it is the same reason that Xavier Woods is king of the ring. Xavier Woods didn't give a damn about nothing else, but all his life he wanted to be the king of the ring. They brought the tournament back. They made him the king of the ring. We got Kofi and Big E as WWE champion. Tommaso Ciampa always wanted to be in the Rumble, despite him wanting to come. This is the reason that I say this, because I watch everything, typically weekly. And for the last couple of years, Tommaso Ciampa really just been letting his gray come in. He been, whatever. Yeah. So I watched his dark match. His beard has died because Vince don't like gray hair. His beard has died. And you know what I'm saying? Like he wrestled. So what now?
And it's trimmed too. So like it used to be like out here.
Yeah, like
and they made it
like he may go back to NXT just because NXT 2.0 is abysmal. With the way that they've changed this up. And I feel like they're gonna have to bring back some of those guys just in order to keep the audience. You know what I'm saying? In some form of transitioning. But when you've been watching wrestling as long as we have, and especially if you watch all the call-ups from NXT to the main roster, you already knew they was gonna mess them up. You want me to tell you something I noticed? And I'm sorry, I know I'm kind of off topic, but I'm gonna tell you something that I noticed. Every single person that was somebody in NXT, Vince hated him on the main roster. He didn't do nothing with him. He ain't doing nothing with Dominic Dijakovic or T-Bar. He ain't do nothing with Keith Lee. He ain't do nothing with Karrion Kross. No, I'm sorry, y'all. But like Bianca Belair, she didn't really do nothing in NXT. She had a couple of main event runs, but she wasn't champion. Shayna Baszler, on the other hand, dominant. Barely doing anything on the main roster. She just kind of running those same loops. Baron Corbin didn't do nothing in NXT. Look where he at right now. Most protected finisher in the WWE. Alexa Bliss didn't do nothing in NXT. They got her on a pedestal. But all the people who literally did anything, like the Shinsuke Nakamura's, like the Sami Zayns, like the Kevin Owens, all of those wrestlers, you know what I'm saying, that they had so much potential and they were darlings. Andrade, Aleister Black, Ricochet. It's all of this talent that they literally did nothing with. So I really hate to see the NXT wrestlers that are phenomenal in NXT go to the main roster, because 9 times out of 10, if they were good at NXT, we know they're not going to be in WWE in 6 months. Because that's literally how they treat them. And if they do keep them within 6 months, it's the taller wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? Or it's the wrestlers that have a better mouthpiece. Now, sir, what you said about Shinsuke, brother, I absolutely agree with you. I feel like the reason that they don't pull the trigger with Shinsuke is the same reason that they barely pull the trigger with Asuka. Their English is not good. And at least in this new NXT, they are allowing them to cut promos in their native tongues and just putting subtitles on the bottom. But yeah, you could get somebody a mouthpiece, but then you got to get them the mouthpiece. And it ain't a whole lot of mouthpieces because Vince don't like managers no more.
Yep.
If you really look at the landscape of WWE, it ain't a whole lot of managers out there. It's the whole reason they put Rick Boogs with Shinsuke Nakamura. Rick Boogs do all the talking. And Shinsuke is like party life Japanese champ. You know what I'm saying? And like, I just think about like all of those wrestlers that have that potential, you know what I'm saying, to do that. Now, as far as the Brock situation, I completely agree. However, you know, if you're going to pay me $1 million to show up 10 times in a year, I'm going to take the money and run.
I'm going to do that shit too.
That's what I said. I don't blame Brock. I don't blame Brock.
It's not that he don't show up. It's the fact that they literally are paying this man for 10 contracted days. Now, if you worked it out, it was like, okay, we'll give you 1.5 mil, but we need 25 dates out of you. You ain't got to do no house shows, but we need you on TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They only on TV 52 weeks a year.
They had a perfect type of thing in a Royal Rumble 2 years ago where Keith Lee squared off against
Brock
Lesnar. If you're old, and Braun Strowman, if you're an old timer, come back to lift somebody else up. That could have been key for Keith Lee's career right there.
But Vince don't like those. He ain't think Vince's body type and Vince's
That's what I was about to say. You got like the thing that I have to take into account is I'm like y'all, man, out the womb. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching wrestling since I was 3. But the one thing that we do have to keep in mind is Vince McMahon, and it's a business. And Vince want them big muscle bound meatheads, like he's stuck in the 80s. That's why he liked Brock so much. He give Roman that type of credit because the Anoa'i family and the McMahon family go back just that far. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I would have loved for Brock to put Keith Lee over, but Keith Lee, he got his shine. He also got his shine at the Survivor Series. You know what I'm saying?
He did.
But once again, they didn't do nothing with him on the main. As soon as they put that man in that singlet, I was like, oh, this shit.
You already know.
And they changed his music. And they changed his music. I was like,
they changed his name. Why they put this? Why they get this man Bearcat? Like I still didn't understand it. I hate. That's one thing I hate about it. I hate when they change people's name. Like, bro, it don't. Like, didn't you say they changed Walter's name to Gunther?
Gunther, yeah.
But they're changing it back. They're changing it back because it got so much.
I don't understand.
I don't think they're gonna change it back to Walter, but they just dropped the start because of the backlash.
I don't understand why. Now I watched some. I didn't watch NXT UK religiously, but I used to watch it a lot, off and on, just to see like I liked Walter. He wasn't. I mean, he ain't doing nothing real flashy, but like Walter is like just the bruh. Exactly. That them chops, them slaps to the chest. But him, like Pete, I love Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne is phenomenal. It's just he's small. That's his only drawback. But it's like I hate when they change. When they moved up the War Raiders, they changed the name to the Viking Raiders. Like I hate when they change folks' names. It's like just leave them alone. Like you be missing.
You know why they do that, right?
No, I don't.
Copyrights. So Vince can own the name because see, Walter was Walter before he signed to WWE.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like Keith Lee, I'm really, really happy Keith Lee got the trademark for Lemons because he can use that outside of the WWE.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? But like Karrion Kross, Killer Kross.
Yeah.
So like a lot of those guys, they are changing their names because they want to own the copyrights, so that when they leave, they can't use those names, elsewhere.
Anywhere else, yeah.
So did Karrion Kross get released, or he's just out?
No, he's out.
Karrion Kross got released.
Yeah, he got
released. I saw him in an interview not too long ago. Well, the other day, somebody that posted part of the interview on TikTok. He was talking to somebody about matter of fact, he had grew his hair back and everything. Okay. And he was talking about why they asked him, where do you think you failed and where do you think they failed you? And if I can find it, I'll put it in the group to share, but I can't exactly remember what all he said, but he was just giving a little insight as to why he why he thinks or why he left, but what happened or what he think went wrong with his whole his time in the WWE.
Let me say this. This is, and not to be shifting gears, but this is my problem with the WWE. We talk about being stuck in the mind of the 80s. I would take it a step further and say I don't think he is. I think he's a little bit more hip than we give him credit for. Let me say why. Vince McMahon knows how to effectively play the race card, and he knows when to play it. He knows how to capitalize on POC dollars when he needs to. Pay attention when ratings dip and there's one of the big four happening. Guess who all of a sudden gets a shot, gets an opportunity out of nowhere to be champion?
Brock Lesnar.
We do.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look at how we lose the belt. The build-up is so amazing. That's when they really get gung-ho. That title run or the build-up that was meant for Mustafa Ali that got to Kofi. Look at that. That was pure beauty. Seeing wrestlers when he had to do the gauntlet, the Usos saying, nah, we respect you, we forfeit. Like, that's big. Yeah. Like, you don't see that type of shit. But as soon as they get the belt, they get those dollars. And as soon as the ratings do that, here come Brock. Here come the typical white person. And I hate to say it like that, but here comes the white person to come and save the show again. Look at Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it, and I fucks with her, Becky Lynch.
Bro, I was so mad. I was so upset when they gave. I mean, I understand it's Becky Lynch, and she, whatever. But you just don't take the belt off somebody like that. And the fact that they be doing these, look, like it was the match wasn't even a minute. Why?
They squash us, bro. They be like, all right, we're gonna shock and get everybody back. So this person's back. The white person's back. They're back cool again.
It blows my mind. It just pisses me off so much.
You might get even pissed off Saturday because I'm hearing that Bailey's supposed to show up.
And Bailey technically constitutes a person of color. And that.
Well, yeah, because Bailey's Latin. Bailey's Latin. So.
Okay.
Well, when Bailey come back, Bianca's gonna get pushed down.
But that's not on Bailey though. But like the thing is, I think it's more based off of the fact that there's a lot of the management issues as far as that's concerned. Like they don't think that a person of color could be able to kind of carry the shows. Because like you think about what happened with Big E when they needed the bump, you know what I mean? Because they were getting in trouble with USA. They did that. Then all of a sudden, he gets beat by Brock, but then after that he never gets his title shot. So he never gets his rematch but anybody else got their rematch. You'll have a whole storyline where somebody will try to get their title back for a 3-month period, but then all of a sudden Big E doesn't get one. But did
Kofi get a rematch?
Nope.
No, but they changed it. They changed that a few years ago. They stopped doing the rematch clause.
They don't have an automatic rematch clause anymore.
Yeah, they don't have an automatic rematch clause anymore.
But so they don't have the quote unquote clause, but I get what you're saying. Bobby Lashley beat Miz like really quickly, right? Miz, it was a squash match, but he was on there at least for 5-10 minutes of just running around and things like that, and then he put him in the Hurt Lock. But then after that, he got his opportunity to get his rematch. So like, if you're gonna give it to him to do that, why not do it to everybody else? Like, I understand you're saying that you're not gonna do the rematch clause, but you're still doing the rematch clause. Because I got tired of seeing Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre, and all the rest of it.
Exactly.
Every week.
And what I will say, when Big E had the belt, man, like that his outside of the W, like he was shining, bro. Like when I tell you he had that belt, he was everywhere with that belt. Mm-hmm. Like it was so good to see that man, like just rocking, and everybody was so like, bro. And the fact that he lost it, how he lost it, like it's just once again it pissed me off. Like I ain't gonna talk about Kofi, how Kofi got lost his belt, but the fact that
was 9 seconds, bro. He
ran and jumped into the F5, bro.
He did, and I'm like, and it pisses me. Like I understand it's WWE, and it just pissed me off for those wrestlers because they understand they live in their dream. They get to wrestle on TV, all that stuff like that. But it's like that shit ain't fair. The way they like, bruh, like that shit is it's just not fair.
The last black guy to beat that actually got a decent run with the title and it was done right was Booker T. And you can't really say he was done right because they disrespected the big gold title in a way. It wasn't on the same level as a WWE original championship, in my opinion.
I love Booker T when he was wrestling.
Yeah, that's when SmackDown was the lesser show. So it was the B show, and that belt was on the B show, and he was the champ.
Yeah. I like Booker when he was wrestling. I can't really stand him right now.
Well, I hate his ass. That's why I got quiet when you brought him up. I wish he shut the fuck up, bro.
Yes,
he needs to shut the fuck up. He's hating on everybody.
when I tell you Booker is like he's still on Vince McMahon dick. That's what he. Excuse my language, but that's what it is.
We done cussed and everything. You like, huh? Yeah. Pardon me.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm just saying. It just pisses me off to see him. He be saying shit just unnecessary. Come and see
said,
I mean,
Aleister Black had no personality, like no flair to his character.
I remember that.
Boy, I was so hot. I think I messaged a couple of y'all and was like, "Get your mans, get your mans." I don't understand, bro. I don't understand. And like what going back to our point with black people, what he does, what the company does, they give us the belt and are like, all right, go to all the colored establishments, go to all the black podcasts, go to all the black shows, go to the Breakfast Club, get us some fans there, get them talking about us. Okay, give our shit back now.
Basically, that's exactly what they did.
Like that. I can't fuck with that, bro.
So
I can't.
Here's my analogy for how Vince treats talent. Vince has a transformer and he only uses it in the car mode. And so then you're like, oh no, you can't, you're like, hey Vince, this turns into a robot, right? He'd be like, fuck that robot. I want just the fire truck, or I just want that. So no matter what happens, like that's the point where it just sucks because of the fact that nobody, like, he's got a chokehold on there and he's not held accountable to anything. And especially I think in this day and age, like everybody expects a higher level of storytelling. Like you can't do the same things that you were doing like 10 or 15 years ago, hell, even 5 years ago. Like I think the dynamic of having rich, entertaining storylines need to happen, but he doesn't want to do that because he feels, I think he thinks that people are stupid so that they can only have simple storytelling. So that's where I think the issue is. But I want to give you guys this. I heard this kind of like, conspiracy theory that everybody thinks that they're trying to sell the company if they haven't already. But the thing that they said that was happening is the reason why they're doing all the cuts and everything like that is so that like the people who own the company going forward, they don't get the grief of being like, oh man, you're cutting all these people. Like, Vince is going to be the bad guy in this situation so that he can make the billions of dollars when he sells the company and gets it to a certain point. And then after that, they don't have grief over the fact that, okay, once these new people came in, they cut, half the workforce or a third of the workforce.
Well, let me say this. My dad to give me something and it make money, I ain't selling. I'm passing that down. That's a generational wealth I'm passing down to Shane kids, the Triple H and Stephanie kids, and they kids, they gonna run. I ain't selling to nobody.
This Vince we talking about. This Vince we talking about. Like right. Vince, if it ain't I don't know what I can't. Go ahead.
If he wanted to sell it, like if he wanted to pass it down, he would have been done it. Like them
he
kids
should have been done it
and
left it alone.
Yeah, Shane got all grades now. He ain't got no.
Yes.
He is more salt than pepper right now.
I don't need to see Shane jumping from turnbuckle to turnbuckle no more. He ain't got to stay. He come out there in his ones. He be doing something. But I was gonna say, as far as with Vince, like Vince should have let go. Like I said, Vince should have let go a long time ago. Like the grasp he has on WWE, like I don't know if he think just nobody else can run it like he run it. Like you see what he did to NXT in this new NXT 2.0. Basically anyone that Triple H had a hand in bringing in or whatever, like doing whatever. He's changed NXT so much. I don't know because he don't like Triple H or whatever the case may be. Like he's destroyed NXT 2.0. He destroyed NXT. I don't even watch NXT no more. And that's about the only one I used to watch weekly was NXT. I don't even watch it no more.
You know what I think this happened? I think Triple H was like, he came up to him one time and be like, you know what, old man? And he's like, and that's why my show's more popular than yours. And then after that, like, it really feels like they had like a family feud. And because
they had to.
And because of the fact that Triple H said something out of pocket to him, he was like, oh, I'm taking all that back. Because like he got rid of literally every one of his friends that were developing a good brand.
Mm-hmm.
Any mentors, like there's no reason why you should have cut William Regal. Like William Regal should have been somebody, you know, that you just had just chilling there. But he was like, oh no.
I'm gonna tell you why. If you really look at it, you know why. When somebody is doing something better than you and your employees feel they're doing better than you, and the internet is publicly saying they are doing better than you. If you are trying to run a company and I'm potentially going to buy, and I'm looking like, yeah, you run the main show, but who runs NXT? That's who I want to talk to, because that's what it looks like everybody's really watching. What do you do?
Yeah. And what they
you get rid of the competition like he's always done.
One of my favorite runs for NXT, just in the recent years, is the Survivor Series from a few years ago, where all three were feuding. That was amazing.
That was the last time WWE was good.
Yes, like they were feuding. You had the NXT showing up to Raw, SmackDown, like they was bringing the heat to them, and I was so in love with it, bro. Like they was giving the wrestlers from NXT the shine they deserved, bro. Because NXT was carrying WWE for me. The takeovers was awesome. One of my favorite pay-per-views, War Games. War Games is one of my favorite. It was one of my favorite pay-per-views to watch. Especially like the one like we mentioned them earlier, Ricochet. It was like Ricochet was on somebody else's team versus I think it was I forgot who they were versing, but that one, and it was one where it was the Undisputed Era versus I can't remember who, but it was like man, don't Undisputed Era. What?
Undisputed Era did the first three because the very first War Games it was three 3-man teams, and then after that they started doing the 2 4-man teams.
Man, and I think Undisputed Era was in 3 of them. And bro, I love Undisputed Era since they came in NXT. Like it, bro, their run was their run where they held all the belts. It's like
you got to if you look at NXT then, man, and it had Triple H and Shawn was running that. You had the next Heartbreak Kid in your hands.
Yep.
And Adam Cole. If that dude don't resemble Shawn Michaels, I don't know what do.
The next
that was the next Heartbreak Kid in your hand, and you screwed 100%. Up.
You had the next DX in your hand.
100%.
Man, they could have ran all of WWE, and I would have been there for it, man.
Yeah, man, what Undisputed Era was like, bro. I want them so bad. Just. I don't know if it's copyrighted, but I want them so bad to just go ahead and bring it back. Like bring it back officially in AEW. Just like let them bring it all the way back. Like
Well, the once they got rid of Bobby Fish, I knew everybody else was leaving. So because like Kyle O'Reilly was going to leave, because that was his tag team partner for years and years.
Yeah.
Red Dragon was that group, and then once you did that. And then like the Bucks and Adam Cole were still tight, and his girl was over there. Like you didn't give him a reason to stay. Like you had one or two ways that could have gone, because they were going to be together one way or the other. So you could have had Britt Baker on your squad, because then she wouldn't have signed a contract, because she would have been like, okay, my man is doing really, really well. Like if low-key, if they would have made Adam Cole win the Royal Rumble this year, and then after that, you would have had Britt Baker coming in the next year or two, showing up, because then he would have main evented WrestleMania. So when you main event WrestleMania, then you're stuck there for a while, and that's what it would have been great for. But they didn't want to think like that. All right, so we've been talking about, because I got to get us to, we've been talking about just the men's side. So the women's side. Who do you guys think is going to be a surprise entrant to the Royal Rumble?
I heard a lot today. I'm not saying it's true at all. It's just what what you heard. So they said Becky, not Becky, but Bailey. She's ahead of schedule. Original time for her to come back was March, April time frame, but she is actually ahead of schedule. So wouldn't be surprised if I saw her. That's a maybe Sasha Banks. I don't see her on the card at all.
She got injured.
She's hurt. Yeah, so she won't be there. I heard Dave Messler didn't report it, but maybe a possibility that Ronda Rousey show up. But I ain't banking on it.
She's like a Brock Lesnar. So
yeah,
it's too gone. It's too far gone, bruh. Like people wanted her to come back 2 years ago. That buzz ain't gonna be nowhere near.
She just had a kid though.
Yeah, she just had a kid in December.
Right.
But that's the name that was floating around. That may be a surprise entry, but I pretty much should put your money on Bailey coming in. You may see Trish Stratus run down there just because Lita run down there. But
that's how I know they're grasping at straws because they have to bring
this is terrible.
Yeah.
I think that I think Lacey Evans comes back in the Rumble.
I'd be happy to see her.
I think that we get the goddess Alexa Bliss back. And I think that's what these whole these sessions on Raw have been about, is like her rehabilitation so that she loses the whole Fiend attachment and she goes back to being the goddess. So I think we get her. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm just really excited for Mickie James to come out as Impact Knockouts champion because I want to see how they navigate that. Like, do you let her come out with her hardcore country song, or y'all gonna make her come out to that cheerleading shit? I'm kind of curious. I'm curious how they do that. They also tried to get the Inspiration, aka the Iconics, who are the Women's Team champions, but they was like, "Nah, we good." You know what I'm saying? So
as they should.
I think so too. Now, as far as NXT, I think we get Toxic Attraction because that just gives Mandy Rose a way back to the main roster because we hadn't seen her on any of the main shows. I think that we get Indy Hartwell, possibly. Other than that, man, I don't think they really got a lot of people. I think that they can bring in Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter. And I say that because Casey Catanzaro got that Kofi effect. Like, she is able to do like really good things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so she ain't gonna be no more than like a trick person. But I mean, you could bring her in and do something like that. But yeah, I think Lacey Evans and Goddess Alexa Bliss are my two. So
I was gonna ask, is because I haven't watched it in a while. Is Dexter Lumis still in NXT?
Who?
Dexter Lumis.
Yes, but no. Like he's there, but he hasn't really, I guess, gotten any screen time. I haven't seen.
He was hurt. This not yesterday, but last week. Grayson Waller is feuding with LA Knight, and he basically put a restraining order on LA Knight. But Dexter Lumis came out and had a match with him last week, so he's back now. But he was injured, so that's why he hadn't been on screen.
Okay.
What about Io Shirai?
Yeah, I can see Io. I can see Io.
She's done everything she can at NXT. But then
I think if Io wrestles in the Royal Rumble, they call her up. Like, she gonna be on one of the main shows.
I think we could use that. Looking at this list,
this list is bad, boy.
Asuka could come back too.
Yeah, I heard her name too. Yeah.
Io Shirai got some fire ass music too.
Yeah.
Man, I don't, and it's not. It's such a disappointment with the women's Royal Rumble, not because it's women, but because of the fact that they have not put effort into that. And then they got rid of like really good workers that were women from that point. Why you get rid of Ember Moon, I have no clue. Like why you well, what's her face left? Tony Storm just left. So like that's indicative of the situation.
Tony Storm left?
Yeah. She quit. She came out there. She was gonna have that's why they brought Lita in, because Tony Storm was like, you know what, F this, I'm gone. And she paid for her a whole plane ticket back home.
What?
She was literally, bro, she was at a house show. She finished the match. She finished the match, left the arena, went and bought a plane ticket from her pocket and went home. She was like, I'm done.
Wow.
It was funny because they were doing those unscripted like interviews, and then like her unscripted interview was like that week. So they were doing all this stuff that were like spotlighting her, and then it's like you're getting these news feeds that are like, yeah, she quit WWE, said that she just had enough of it. But do y'all think that Charlotte is ever do you think she's gonna go to AEW, or do you think Andrade is just gonna come back to WWE?
Andrade ain't coming back.
I hope he don't come back.
No.
Andrade done.
And I say I like Andrade. I love when he was in NXT, and when he got to the main roster, they dropped the Cien Almas part of his name, just named him straight Andrade. But like they could have did so much. They could have built and did so much with Andrade. And think with Andrade he has that. You know, he's not small. He has a nice build to him, a nice stature, whatever. He's like almost along that Vince McMahon type, but
he's not tall enough, bro. He's
not tall enough.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say that.
He's like 6'1", 6'2", maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Since
he is 5 now.
Okay, never mind.
That nigga
my
little.
height.
Who?
That nigga my height.
Since Eddie died, man, I'm speaking for my other side now, man. They do us Hispanics wrong, bro.
Well,
what about
Alberto Del Rio? They looked out for him heavy.
Yeah, they did. If your last name ain't Mysterio, you can hang it up.
Alberto, until he started choking and kidnapping folks. Yeah, he had a couple chances. Yeah, he had a couple chances, and then he kept messing around, kept messing with Paige and stuff like that. You know,
they said she might come back too. So somehow she's magically cleared.
When they say folks like that,
Paige has been talking so much shit on Twitter for the last 3 days. I don't know if they want that kind of attention.
She has.
And look, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, they had the audacity to put out Corey Graves is cleared. Don't nobody give a fuck about Corey Graves.
Yeah,
you had to watch NXT before
you had
NXT
to watch
was
NXT
fun.
to know.
Yeah,
that man used to wrestle in jeggings, my boy. Chill.
Yeah.
I think Corey Graves will show up in the Rumble.
Probably. That's why they probably said he was
Corey Graves will show up in the Rumble.
He gonna show up to a. That's it. That's how the crowd.
That's it. That's because I can't stand his ass, but I mean,
I love him as a heel commentator, but as a performer, even when I saw him wrestle twice, I ain't care. I did not care.
There's no better commentator that crazy dude on SmackDown. What is it, McAfee?
Pat McAfee.
Man, that dude is silly, dude.
He used to be a punter in the NFL. He was punter for the Colts.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was my dude. He used to do the Vince McMahon walk whenever he kicked the ball really far. He'd be like, "Yeah, I got it." You know. So
I watch SmackDown for Roman and listen to him.
It's a sad day when we're talking about announcers right now. The Royal Rumble prediction show, bro, it's bad. It's not good, guys. It's not good.
Like I grew up on WCW and WWF, and it's like it's to see. You know, as you get older, you learn. You learn stuff, and then as me being a black man, I want to see black champions. I want to see us shine. Because I grew up on most of my favorite wrestlers are white. You know, if you want to include The Rock, which is mixed, but Rock barely even claim his black side like that. Like he is there, but it's not like
It's not prevalent. It's not.
He don't announce it like he do his Polynesian side. Now, his Hawaiian or whatever, Hawaiian side or whatever the case may be. But not Hawaiian, but Polynesian or whatever. But like he is Samoan, whatever. But he don't, that's shine. He put that out front. But I'm just saying, man, like
everything but what he was. He was like Hawaiian, sweet and sour chicken. I don't know.
Cut all this out, please. Cut all that out.
But it was just funny. Oh, okay.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's. And it happens a lot with the industry, man. It's like it's nepotism, bro. Let's just call it spade a spade. It's where you come from, is who you know, and are you tall enough, bro? That's at the end of the day, that's it, bro.
Yeah,
you can pop a crowd as much as you want. They don't give a shit. Are you tall? Are you beefy? Cool.
And that it didn't help. It didn't hurt that he was that Pat Patterson. Who was like literally the guy who made the Royal Rumble was the guy that trained The Rock. So then he was able to have his foot in the door in that situation.
Rest in peace.
So, do y'all think that Bobby Lashley is going to beat Brock Lesnar?
No.
I ain't trying to be a pessimist. I don't care. Like, that's the problem. I normally would have a prediction if I had stakes. I don't care. Like this build up we have been talking about for so long. They finally do it, but they do it the wrong way. Yeah. They do it the absolute wrong way, bro.
But I do like MVP as a manager, though.
Yeah, I love MVP as a manager.
He can manage me.
But I don't care now. You know what I'm saying? Like you do all this other shit. Like, if they tied in Big E getting injured, or Brock, you remember when niggas was getting fucked up by Brock on site? What if he got fucked up, right? Mm-hmm. Bobby Lashley won a shot at the title, you know what I'm saying? Like a gauntlet for number one contender. Brock wins one, Bobby wins one, and Bobby was like, yeah, I remember what you did to Big E. We may not have been friends, but that was my champion. Come on, that's a way to get me on your side, bro.
Yeah.
This shit's stupid.
They don't really. I don't feel connected to either person in that situation. Like, go ahead, Buck.
No, go ahead, finish.
Yeah, so I don't feel connected to either one of them. Like you said, it was just like, okay, these two beefy dudes have been missing each other.
Slapping me.
Yeah, slapping me.
Me and slapping me.
Yeah. So that's the like, hey, we've never seen these two do it. But like Brock's not interested, and it doesn't make it seem like Brock is interested about anything. He's just like, hey, I'm just here to throw people and get paid. Yeah. And that's it. Like, it's not, he doesn't take it seriously, so therefore it makes it so that you don't take it seriously from that point.
Wait, time out. I really hate it when they gave Brock or let Brock start using Suplex City when all he does is a simple German, I ain't gonna say simple, when all he does is a German suplex. Once again, I grew up watching the Steiner brothers who suplex you any and every kind of way. They would belly to belly, back to belly. Like you got, but they used to do suplexes out the ass. All Brock does is a German suplex and it's Suplex City. You might be Suplex Town or something, like maybe, but like I just
the suburb of Suplex.
Like Suplex suburb.
You remember how that came about?
Yeah, I do. When he was suplexing, was it Roman Reigns?
I think it was Cena, and he was like Suplex City, bitch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they was like merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I guess. But I mean, I'm just saying, like I said, I grew up with real wrestlers when they actually like said, when you get suplex, you got suplex multiple different ways.
I bet you won't say that to Brock. I grew up with real wrestlers. What'd you say? Oh.
Hey, let me with a weapon in my hand. I say it all day.
Go Go ahead, Buck. I wanted to hear your point, man.
Okay, so maybe because I'm way too connected to this stuff, like all day. Like, bro, I be bored at work, so like, I be on Twitter a lot. Just right, like I like people be on Facebook. I be on Twitter, like, and I hate that they don't bring a lot of the stuff that happens on social media to television. I hate that they don't touch on the interviews that these guys do outside of the stuff that you see on TV. Mm-hmm. So just peeling back to day one, you know what I'm saying? Like, no one knew about the Brock Lesnar being put into the match until like kickoff, for real. You know what I'm saying? And I just think about the fact that when Bobby Lashley found out that Brock Lesnar was going to be in the match, he told them to take him out of the match. He legit was like, I don't want to be in the match.
I don't blame him.
Because I want the first time that me and him to fight each other, you know what I'm saying? I want that to be either a clear win or a clear loss. You know what I'm saying? He was like, but you're not going to say that Brock Lesnar beat me and he ain't beat me in the middle of the ring. And he legitimately, like, he talked about that. He was just like, I think that's the reason that they get in this one-on-one match. Just being real. I think that's the reason. People have been talking about the match, but I think it's all the stuff that happened outside of the ring that that Bobby Lashley said in interviews, XYZ, that's put him into this position. 2, Big E's championship reign caught a lot of flack, but it was due to poor booking because they was too busy focused on the tribal chief and the needle mover and everything Roman was doing on SmackDown. Yeah. Big E's reign just felt really secondary. And I feel like that is the only I feel like that is the only reason that they took the title off of him. Because if you remember, before Brock Lesnar got put into that match, he was actually scheduled to keep it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much longer he would have kept it after day one, but we would be a fool to think that between the dirt sheets and the internet, we would be a fool to think that they're not watching what people are saying. So despite everything that Big E did and what he meant to us as being black and being a black champion, he essentially wasn't equating to dollars or, ratings, if you will, for the business. Because we got to remember that the WWE is a business. So they're going to do whatever is best for business. That's why they use that tagline to begin with. Now, with that being said, I think one of two things is going to happen. And I'm kind of jumping ahead, but I kind of got to touch on it since we're talking about the title match. We ain't got but two. Well, it's 3 title matches Saturday. You got the Raw Women's title and then the 2 World title matches. So we got a 2-case scenario. Either Lashley beats Brock, but then Brock gets into the Rumble and he wins the Rumble, or Seth beats Roman. Roman enters the Rumble. Roman wins the Rumble. Either way, we gonna get Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns again for one title, because I don't think they're gonna go title for title. I just don't see them doing it. They talked about it, they teased it, but if they're gonna do that, what happens to the person that wins the Royal Rumble? Like unless you make it a triple threat, which is still stupid. Like, the logic for me is just not there. But I think the best, not the best case scenario, but I think the scenario that we're gonna see is one of those two things. One of them titles got to stay on Raw. And with Brock Lesnar being a free agent and being able to move to either brand, I got to be real. I think they would take the title off of. I think they're gonna let the next time Lashley win that title, he's going into a face run right now. You know what I'm saying? That's why they separated him again, which was stupid, from the Hurt Business. You could have just turned the whole Hurt Business face, or whatever. That would have been different for Cedric to do. They could have just ran roughshod on Raw. But as faces, it basically could have been a bloodline, but on Raw as faces. But they didn't do that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So you get either Lashley beating Brock, or we get Seth beating Roman. But with the wave that Roman is on and them building this, him being champion for 500 something days and the longest reigning champion, blah, blah, blah. I gotta be real. I think that Lashley beats Lesnar for the WWE championship, stays on Raw, and Roman finally beats Seth because Roman has never beaten Seth one-on-one.
Right.
And I think Roman finally beats Seth, and it's like, oh, I finally conquered my demon. But then we get the men's rumble. Brock enters that, wins that, and it's like, hey, Roman, I'm back. You see what I'm saying? So, like, I think just because of the way that they operate, man, it just seems like that's the way they gonna go. And then we might, I'm not saying it will happen, but we might be able to get like Lashley versus Big E at Mania. And to me, that match would be a better match than watching Big E get a rematch against Brock. Because if they rematch Big E against Brock, Brock's gonna walk away. He is. Because we've seen him pin Big E clean at day one.
That make a lot of sense. Brock Lesnar come in at 30 and win it.
You know what I mean? So
I think they do. I'm gonna put it this way. I think they do need to unite the belts because the way they have only a certain amount of contenders that they consider main eventers, like is starting to shrink to a point where like it's only like 2 or 3 people on each show, and I think they need to start moving it to where they can be able to have it no matter what. I think they honestly almost need to get back to the point where like their roster's so small now, you could honestly get away with having two, like just one mass group of people on both shows.
I don't think the networks want that. I think they want 2 distinct rosters, which is why they keep it like that. And they still try to justify, oh, well, these wrestlers are here on SmackDown tonight because it's Royal Rumble season. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then we're on the road to WrestleMania. I think that's the only reason that they do that. You know something I just thought about too? What if AJ wins the Rumble?
I hope so.
He needs one last one before he goes out into the sunset.
That's what I'm thinking too. Like, he's done everything that they have asked of him, and I think AJ playing the challenger to like, we've seen him fight Brock. I want to see him fight Brock again. I want to see him fight Lashley. That'll be a new matchup. That'll be fresh, and for the title, I think that'll hit.
I think he signed a 3-year deal.
Okay,
not too long ago, but he said when this deal run out, that is it. He's not up and he's not going to another wrestler promotion. He is going home. And I don't blame him. Yeah, he earned it.
I think you're right. But then I think they need to have him get back on his, like, him having an edge. Like when AJ Styles was like that dude. So that's what I want to see them do. And then I want to see him get pushed to the edge by Bobby Lashley. So that they can be able to show that, okay, like, because like I think the comparison of a big guy and a smaller guy, because like, well, AJ's not really super small, but he's small in comparison to everybody's small in comparison to Bobby Lashley. But you know what I mean? The fact that he's able to do as much stuff as he can do on that one, that's what I'm really looking forward to doing. Because like, and plus they owe AJ anyway for getting Undertaker a good farewell, because the stuff that he was having beforehand was just god awful.
and they owe AJ for being with Omos, because that dude is he is awful.
He sounds so dumb. Hey, he sounds like a Black Goonies guy. Hey, you guys.
That's a black version of the Great Khali right there.
Omos.
Yeah, I went there.
I said the same thing, man.
Yeah, man. That's a black version of Great Khali right there, dog. That dude there, man. I'm like, who is this guy? Like his jacket, though. The jacket clean.
Bro, his jacket got that belly is all get out.
But I like, God, man. You ain't dunking a basketball on somebody's team. You gonna be
He used to go to Morgan State because my brother he's a coach there for the football team. He used to do that, but he didn't keep his grades up, and so there was only like of course you're a 7-footer, so they're gonna help you out some, but they be like, bro, you got to come to class. Like I can't give you participation points if you ain't here to participate.
He must ain't been that good then, because I know brothers that got.
Well, it's an HBCU too, so we're not gonna act like
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like there's gonna be a certain line where they're gonna be like, we're gonna help you some way. We're gonna make sure, but
even if you at least decent, if you somewhat good, you can go overseas like with the height you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you wouldn't
G League or something.
WWE.
He probably got. Big people always got problems with their feet. You know what I'm saying? So probably something like that.
Yeah, they can't move them. That's what that is. Right?
Yeah.
Y'all stupid.
I'm just saying, man. I was a lineman in high school, so I mean, and stuff like I know, like you know what I'm saying. When you get to be that tall and that big, bro, it's only so much footwork you can do. Mm-hmm. It's gonna come to a point where you just shuffling your feet. You ain't really moving. You just shuffling, and that ain't gonna fly.
In that third quarter, with 5 minutes left, she dead, cuz. Ain't it's over. Ain't no moving them feet.
All right, so I got one more wrestling related thing. So WWE 2K22 is coming out. How do you guys think that they're gonna redeem themselves with the mishap of?
I'm gonna say this. Me being a gamer, I used to buy the wrestling. Like I literally, that's one of the games like I would buy when they came out. Just by the area. Now I didn't buy the 2K20 until what the last one they bought. I didn't buy it the year it came out. I bought it, and I bought it, but I bought it for my kids so they can play it. But I want to get this one, but I'm not about to pre-order it. Like I'm gonna wait until it come out. Maybe I'll watch a couple of people on YouTube play it. See how this, because what let me down is if your career mode doesn't have a good story or whatever, like especially in wrestling, you gotta have a good story. It's a wrestling game. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the story they had on the last game was, I hate to say it was garbage. It was trash. It was complete trash.
Don't be afraid to
say it. And it what?
I said, don't be afraid to say it. Like the
I'm
last
just
couple
saying,
storylines have been kind of trash.
It's been trash. Like, and they could do it's wrestling. It like you can come up with amazing storylines. I could have came up with a better storyline, but what y'all did was trash. So I'm gonna give it a shot, but I'm gonna wait until I don't really do reviews because, especially not from major gaming sites. Like I ain't gonna get into how I feel about IGN and the people that be having reviewing games over there. But
everything's a 7, dude. Everything.
Bro, you can tell you how I knew.
Except Call of Duty. Call of Duty is always a 10.
Let me tell you how I knew they was messed up. You got certain, like it was this past year when they had the Halo multiplayer came out. You gave somebody that's never played Halo before or didn't like Halo or whatever to review the multiplayer. Why? I ain't gonna get into that. But I'm just saying, like I said, I usually follow a couple of YouTubers. I watch them play it, maybe play through the career mode a little bit, see how stories going, and decide if I'm gonna get it. But I'm gonna end up buying it for my kids at least, because my middle son, that's how he wants to play his wrestling games. That's how he wants to play. So
he'll be playing 2K19. I'm telling you, I refuse to do that again. I'm gonna hold on one. I'm gonna Sir had something. He took off his glasses. That's how.
I took off my glasses because they were dirty. They had crumbs in them from me eating cookies.
I thought you had something profound to say. You
took
them off.
Oh, I could come up with something.
Like,
bruh, I'm not, no offense for what I'm about to say, because I know y'all some sports game buying, some of them are bitches. I ain't gonna be the rest of these 2K niggas, bro, buying the same broken ass shit every year. You got me once, nah, my boy. I'm straight.
I understand, man.
That shit dead, bro. Do you know the amount of hours I put into creating my character? Do you know
I'm with
the
you.
amount of hours I put in?
I'm with you.
Never again, dog. Like, that's $60 may not sound like a lot, but me putting $60 blindly into your shit says a lot about what I believed in. There's always some shit with 2K. There's always some server shit, but I look through it because the gameplay is fun. But when the gameplay don't work,
I'm with you.
nah. And it's because you switched development companies mid-game. Nah, bro. You fucked up. I ain't coming back. It's dead, bro.
I'm not getting it because I done spent all my money on 2K22 NBA, and
so you know what you're gonna get.
I'm not getting another 2K game, and and this just happened before I got on. So they put the game on the NBA 2K22, and he tried to send me on a store run. I'm like, go get me a coffee. I'm like, no, go get your own coffee. And I hit no, and that was my character like took on my personality. I was like, dang, no, you get your own coffee. I don't care who you the game, man. I don't care about your tattoo right there. You got one hit song. I ain't gonna get you no coffee. Get out of here. But nah, man, I ain't getting wrestling. Nah, I'm good, man. I'm gonna wait till AEW put a game out and see what that look like.
I'm gonna wait 2 years.
I ain't getting that one either.
I'm waiting 2 years for that one.
I don't trust it. Oh, it's too soon. It's too soon, bro. They gotta see where they fuck up.
They've been developing this AEW game for like a year and a half. That's way too much time for it. Like it's almost like they holding off because they're going, wait a minute, we're gonna expand our roster once we get all these WWE guys. So we gotta put them on the game to make this shit sell.
That's fucking funny, but
I am the same way. I literally bought this game for probably 6-7 years in a row. And I bought 2K19 and then 2K20 just, here's the thing. If you buy wrestling games like that, you already know by a certain time of the year, you ought to be seeing roster reveals. By another time, you need to see gameplay. Bro, we were so deep 2019 and they still wasn't talking about 2K20. Like you couldn't pre-order that shit or nothing. I was like, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. So even like the next, she asked me, she was like, you ain't gonna pre-order the game? I was like, bro, they ain't talking about this shit enough. They are not talking about this game enough for me to make me want to go pre-order this game. And I'll be damned, as sure as it dropped, everybody was like, glitch this, glitch that. Yep. It was messed up.
It was terrible. The gameplay was terrible. Everything was terrible.
Where you don't even release one the year following because you need people to forget just how bad that game was. I'm gonna be real with you. I kind of want to get it, but I kind of don't because half the people I wanted to play as, y'all to fire. Y'all really, they gone. And everybody that y'all got on your roster right now is on 2K19. Much like you, sir. I don't even play like the GM modes or career modes when I get it. As soon as I grab that game, bro, I go straight to creating shit. I create characters. I create arenas. The only thing that semi appeals to me, and it might sound stupid to y'all, I'm really kind of curious to see if the Thunderdome's on the game. Other than that, I don't really care. I don't care about nothing else, bro. Like, I know this game gonna be some bullshit because Bianca Belair is rated at 86. She was an 86 in NXT 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago, whatever.
Oh, see, that's how long it's been since I played the game. So they rate them like they do the NBA game?
Yes.
They have ratings.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
So like Lashley and Drew McIntyre, they 91s, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? They normally don't rate them higher than a 93.
Okay.
All right.
Like Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns will probably be like a
94.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't get no 99 like that.
No, you don't get
94.
That's like, that'll shit'll be like 99, 2000 Stone Cold Steve Austin DLC that's rated like that, bro.
Yeah.
Bruh. The only players you can make a 99 on a WWE game is your creator character.
It's your creator character. My creator dude will be a 99 across the board, but I'm about to suplex everybody.
Whooping everybody. You hear me? But yeah, man, I gotta wait. I gotta see more gameplay. I gotta see something. You know what I'm saying? The commercials are attractive, but it's not enough to make me want to go spend $60, $70.
I'm with you. And it looked good on next gen. I'm be like, ooh, I want to get it. But I'm like I said, I'm gonna wait. But I'm gonna wait and watch. Like I said, I don't trust reviews, but I trust like people who, because I know I follow a couple of YouTubers. They gonna buy the game because of the simple fact of that's one of the things they do. They play wrestling games, so they're gonna buy the game. And I'm gonna watch them play through it for a little bit. Maybe if they get a early release cap, I'll watch. Just kind of decide depending on the story. Because like I said, I'm like you, but I get on them. I do the career, but I also jump into like my universal, whatever, where you create your own universe or whatever. I jump in there, I create me a faction, create my wrestlers, get my little faction together. We jump through NXT and go to the main roster and take over. Like that's what I do. So I completely understand that. So that's what I'm saying. But I'm gonna watch it, look and see how it's going. Check some of the gameplay from these YouTubers before I actually make a decision before I buy it for myself or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I completely understand, man. I'm gonna say this, just being a gamer, and that's where, like you said, you be on Twitter all day looking at wrestling stuff like that. A lot of times I'm on Twitter, I'm usually in those gaming circles, listening with my ears, just looking at stuff like that. So it's like these gaming companies, especially 2K, like you said, sir. You release these same games every year. Like 2K, to be honest with you, the only reason 2K get bought like that every year is for, you got these people that all they do is play the part. They jump in the part and play that, all that stuff, and they spend their, they get their character, they get their money, buy the game, and you got to pay another $50 to get your VC so you can build your character up or whatever. They jump in the park and then you go do it so you can get all the little stuff that come with it. But I'm like, for me, I don't really play the part. I play my career if I play it. But 2K Studios, like, nothing's gonna change. Just like Madden, nothing is gonna change until we as consumers stop buying the game, stop giving them the money. Even if if you can get people to sit out 1 year, hey, don't buy it this year. Just don't buy it this year. Make them come to us and like whatever, help listen to what we saying and fix some of the stuff that's going on. Because ain't nothing gonna change because they keep making money and they gonna still make money until people stop buying the game.
All right, go ahead, Juan. You had your hand up.
I have to defend Madden. They changed a lot.
Juan,
objection.
Listen to me.
Objection.
I am a Madden. I've been playing Madden since Sega Genesis, since back in the day. They have not done nothing to Madden
since 1992. That's the first time Madden came out. They
ain't done nothing to
Madden this year. Oh, next gen they did. I
have next gen. I have it on the Series X. I had it on the Series X since last year. The one they had, when it first dropped. They have not. I play franchise mode.
Me too.
And the scouting. So the only thing that big thing they was petitioning or talking about they were doing was the scouting.
Mm-hmm.
They changed the scouting, and to be honest with you, it's still trash. I'd rather have the old scouting back compared to this new scouting. And the reason I say that is because you can't even scout for real. Like you got certain scouts. I can see if they let you unlock stuff, but you got to sit there and do it. It's trash. And now they got the little staff stuff where you can hire your coaches and stuff like that. That's okay. But NFL 2K, back in we talked about with the one with like they had Terrell Owens, you could do a whole lot more in that than you can do in Madden.
Oh yeah, that's the best football game.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Madden ain't did none of these little increments they doing, like the so-called increments they done did. It's trash.
It's good.
They fooled us. They fooled us
enough to college football come back out, and that's what I'm holding.
I'm scared for that. I am scared for that for the simple fact they moved. We were supposed to get three more updates for Madden this year or last year, whatever. 3 more updates throughout the Madden season. They said we're not getting all of them. I think they're gonna do one more, but because they're moving those developers from Madden to NCAA to work on NCAA, I'm scared for NCAA.
Well,
I may like it because I like my record, man. I like 30-1. So,
well, all I'm gonna say is, my WWE experiences has been lackluster. Now, the only thing I did like about 2K19 was that like you could have run-ins from your friends' characters, creative characters.
Yeah.
I saw Sir's character come in and beat my ass one time with a chair for no reason. No reason.
We talked about it.
I was like, bruh, like he came, I paused the game and had him come in. I was like, bruh, I didn't know your person had this move. Why did he go ahead and put me to go to sleep? I wasn't even tired that day. I was fully awake. Go to sleep.
Now, the funny other side of that is this at one point we was roommates when they first started implementing this. The very first time this shit was implemented, Wyatt and I couldn't find it. We was like, it's not working. I finally won the universal title. And here he comes the very next week. And it was like Wyatt's character was on hard mode, bro. Lost the title the very next week. And once you lose the title, the game auto saves. Gone.
Not the champion. Wow. I was the champion then.
On my game, you were the champion. On my game.
My game.
Oh my game. I couldn't beat him.
Before I knew of Keith Lee like I know of him now, like yeah, that was who my person. Like when I saw Keith Lee, I was like, Jeremy, this is the kind of person he's the exact type of person that you make. The only thing that was different was like at the time I had a bald head. So then obviously I wanted to make a person that had a whole lot of hair. So he had like the wild Samoan hair. And then after that, he had the singlet, but my singlet was cool. Unlike Keith Lee's. And you used to just moonsault, catch everything. He was like a more entertaining Brock Lesnar and Keith Lee merged together. All right, fellas, we've been going for a little bit.
I got one question real quick. They talked about I think Xavier Woods said something about how would you guys feel if the New Day went heel?
Oh, I mean,
yeah. I mean,
they started heel, right?
Yeah, but like when they started, they was cheesy heel. Like if you notice the little attitude changes lately in E since he lost the title, I think if he just keep that kind of attitude and they go like, I don't think they gotta be. I think they could be like Bloodline style heels. They really twins. You know what I'm saying? Like people booed the shit out of Roman Reigns when he first came in. But now they cheer his ass when he get there. He get in the ring, do the little acknowledge me thing, and they go crazy. I feel like it's kind of the same thing. I think you dropped the whole New Day rocks thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you can let the fans go back to the New Day sucks type thing, but they just need to be just assholes.
Yeah, they've been stagnant for far too long, man. Like I talked to Sir about it. He was like, I hope they break up. Like he was hoping that Big E, like he was like, I hope he big ended both of them at the same time, and he goes and does his own thing. I think they've become too stagnant, and not to say like you said, Eternity, like they can be in betweeners. Like they don't have to just be all happy. Like I don't like this. I don't like that part. But I think they should just be somebody about getting the respect that they deserve, doing something different from that.
I'm like you said, like Eternity said, like I'm with them being twins. Maybe take like the Usos did back in the day. Like they went from having the paint, then they went to day one or whatever. Like they came out, they had the forces, they was in the black and white. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like drop the power, positivity, and the pancake, all that. Take all that stuff away. Let's rebrand a little bit. Like I said, take away the New Day rocks and just like come with something a little different. Maybe drop the blue, go to a red and black. So change the color. Like let's change it up a little bit. Come with a more serious take on everything. And like I said, and be assholes. Like and just wreck shop.
You changing the music?
Hell yeah.
Definitely, you got to. You got to. You got to.
I'm with it.
I don't. The only person that really is using that music right now is Kofi. Or when Kofi and Xavier come out as a tag. because Big E already got new music, and Woods got new music since he King Woods too. And I don't know if y'all ever actually listened to that song. That song is hard.
King Woods.
Yeah.
I don't have to go check it out. I know Big E got the Wale song.
I kid you not. I kid you not. I was like, this song is it comes across horrible on TV. I'm not gonna lie to you. But we got the chance to go to day one. And bro, when he came out, I was like, this is music. This is the same music I heard on TV. Like this song is bass heavy, it's hard. It's real hard.
So I think they should go from the power of positivity to like being almost overconfident. Like we gonna run this, we gonna do this. That's how you just do that slight change where it's just a change in point of view. And then after that, you can be able to do that. And because then, like you said, like they just can be disgruntled about something. And it's okay. And you can honestly think like it's okay to be disgruntled. Like, hey, listen, like I don't think it's right that, you know what I mean, my boy Big E didn't get his rematch. You know what I mean? Like y'all taking our kindness for weakness, and that's not what we are. You know what I mean? We tell y'all to be positive, but we ain't telling y'all to be no punks. And that's
there
it.
You go.
I like it.
I think we should go right for WWE. It may be.
What the plan is one of us hits $1 billion or so, we're gonna go ahead and buy WWE. Well, now it's gonna probably be more, inflation and all that good stuff. But then after that, we'll be able to go ahead and make like good storyline, and then like, because that's honestly what Tony Khan did. He just took his dad's money and was just like, hey, we're gonna make a wrestling company, and that's it. Yep. He literally probably does this. He said that he used to write like little storylines for characters, and that's why he says that he has like 2 years worth of content before he even started AEW.
I'm with it. We can go by WWE. We're gonna rebrand it.
We're gonna hire Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
We're gonna buy TNA, and then after that, we're gonna make TNA come back and beat everybody. Because then after that, now we already have like we have some history already. So then you can have people do some pop-ups, and we also have a fire-ass like video collection so that you can have old Samoa Joe and AJ Styles matches.
Yeah, so can we bring back Samoa Joe? Can we go get my boy Joe?
Oh man, they hired him just to fire him again.
Let's bring back Joe and let Joe be the general manager. And just when folks get on his nerves, he just put him in the coquina clutch.
Bro, he's got to be a wrestler. He can't be nobody's superior. He just got to be over here whooping ass and then just be like, am I good to go? And then he's like, yeah, have a great day. Do y'all validate parking? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, TNA will be a whole lot cheaper.
Mm-hmm. And so then you already got the built-in place. That's where it is. We do that, and then by that point, they'll release some more people, or we'll just pick them up because AEW is getting too filled with people already. So
yeah, that's the thing, man. You can't everybody that leave WWE. You can't expect them to go to AEW. Now, of course, you want some of the bigger stars there, but for the bigger ones, the bigger names rather. But you can't get
everybody got AEW. Come on now. So
yeah.
Well, moment of silence for Ali's career since he's still with WWE. Yep. Hopefully that man gets all right. But anybody got any final thoughts before we get out of here? What I want everybody to do, I want them to be like the only time I want you to be like Hulk Hogan. I want you to smash your follow button. And then we're gonna love you 3000. Make sure you go to the blerdsyndicate.com and buy some awesome shirts like this one. This Fresh Prince of Bel-Air shirt. Juan, do you have a good shirt on? Good shirt?
I got a good shirt on, man.
Yeah, he got the wolf hat. So red and black. So just be like us. Be like the wolf pack and be too sweet. All right. So we out this one.
All right, brother.